Welcome, everybody. It's Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. I'm Ron Grant, coming to you live and direct from Tortola in the Virgin Islands. A happy Saturday to one and all. Thank you so much for joining us. This is your weekly news roundup, bringing you the top stories of this week. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR,
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Viewers, welcome back. Now on to our weekly news roundup. American Airlines is set to commence direct flights from Miami to the British Virgin Islands from June 2023. This was announced by the Deputy Premier of the Virgin Islands and Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. Reimer, on Friday. More in this report.
Commencing June 1st, 2023, the British Virgin Islands will welcome daily flights on board American Airlines on a seasonal basis, creating a new bridge of consistent transport between the territory and the United States mainland. The announcement was made by Deputy Premier and Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai Reimer, on December 2nd.
On June 1st, American Airlines will begin direct flights between Terrence B. Lettsome International Airport at Beef Island and Miami International Airport in mainland USA.
According to Reimer, this new transport option offers persons traveling in and out of the BVI an easier, faster, more convenient option to fit their needs for vacation, business travel, or otherwise.
American Airlines direct service to the Virgin Islands will see daily flights departing Miami at 10:25 a.m., arriving at Beef Island at 1:30 p.m., leaving Beef Island at 2:30 p.m. and arriving in Miami at 5:30. What is even better for us is that Miami is American Airlines' home base, and American Airlines is the largest carrier at Miami International Airport. This means that persons traveling out of the Virgin Islands using this service, including Virgin Islanders, belongers, residents, and visitors, will be able to seamlessly connect to more than 140 destinations that are serviced by American Airlines, including other Caribbean destinations and the rest of the world.
According to Reimer, the flight will be accommodated on board an Embraer E175 aircraft, which he noted, despite being larger than usual, can operate at the Terrence B. Lettsome Airport prior to it being expanded. The minister, who touted the fact that the BVI was able to secure this opportunity with American Airlines at zero cost to taxpayers, said that the airline's decision to take on this flight could be attributed to its confidence in the tourism product of the territory. Reimer also stressed that the new flight schedule promises to be very beneficial to Virgin Islanders who are involved at any level of the tourism industry.
Based on the number of flights per week and the capacity of the aircraft, we are looking at a possible increase of over 100 additional passengers moving per week, or about 455 additional passengers arriving in the Virgin Islands per week. The impact of this will be tremendously positive for us. In the first instance, our people will have the convenience of hopping on a flight and being in Miami within hours. So persons can take their long weekend and holiday getaways, which are a bit more tedious to manage with our current travel options. Automatically, these American Airlines direct flights will mean an increase in economic opportunities for our beautiful Virgin Islands, especially our taxi drivers, tour operators, accommodation property owners, vehicle rental companies, and many other businesses.
Vice President of American Airlines Miami, Juan Carlos Lescano, also chaired the development in a recent release, where he said, quote, "This year, demand had remained strong for Miami travel. We're looking forward to further growth in 2023, with a new and unique destination in the Caribbean that our customers love, the British Virgin Islands." End quote. The release also stated that flights will run throughout the summer period before taking a break and then continuing again in November of 2023. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
Christmas in the City with CCT commenced on Friday with some 45 vendors registered to take part in the two-day activity, which continues today, Saturday. Our Kamal Haynes has this report.
It's going to look a lot like Christmas in the city of Rotown today, Friday, December 2nd, until tomorrow, Saturday, December 3rd. Well, I had the opportunity to speak to City Manager Miss Janice Brathwaite Edwards, who gave us all the details on the event.
Today, Friday, we expect that from during the day at 10, we have the World Disabilities Day, and so the disabled will be coming and putting on a show. And then after that, little lighthouse, little bell ringers, some small children, they ring bells to tunes. So they're going to be on during the day to entertain the seniors who will be sitting under the tent. And then a little later this afternoon, we have the opening ceremony at 6. And we have remarks by the Premier, the Minister of Communication and Works, and the Minister of Education. And then the whole night breaks open. We have DJ music in the day, DJ music in the night. And then we have some dancers. 2 dance groups are going to be coming out tonight, Friday night. And we're going to top off the night tonight with Dolores Christopher 4-Strong International Band. They're going to top off the night tonight. Tomorrow, being Saturday, is a bigger day because Saturday we start off at 10 also. And by that time, all the vendors will be out because people usually come out on Saturday for breakfast. So they have breakfast with the vendors outside. And then once again, we go at 10 o'clock, music by the DJ. Not much activity in the day except for Caribbean Insurance 35-year anniversary. They'll be celebrating Christmas cakes from around the world, their competition. That's going to happen around 2 in the afternoon, and their essay competition. Children explaining about Christmas in the British Virgin Islands, old-time Christmas in the British Virgin Islands. Then in the evening at 4, Cedar International comes out with their steel band and their fungi band. And then after them, Shooting Stars will be lighting up the air with some Christmas music. We have a one-man drummer band. He's going to be on Saturday. He blows the harmonica and plays all his instruments. One-man band. I think it's an exciting thing. It's something a little different. And then on Saturday night at about 7:30, I have my birthday bash at Christmas in the City. I made my birthday yesterday, and last year I made it and I didn't do anything. And this year, a number of people are saying, "Are you going to do anything this year?" And yes, I'm going to do it. Big birthday bash, come out, get some cake, get some cider, get some champagne, get some juices, and let's celebrate.
Ms. Brathwaite Edwards also provided some insight into the number of vendors expected for this year's event.
This year's event, we have a total of 45 vendors. And then an addition this year is we're going to put the bouncy houses inside Hertz parking lot. So we have 3 or 4 bouncy houses. We have a little train ride, and we have a little game that's going to be played in there. And we have one youngster. She's debuting this year for the first time. She's having a kids stall. So she's just selling things that are for kids. So we're going to put her inside there. Should be an interesting, exciting time because she can do popcorn and she can do hot dogs. But she's just in first form in high school, and we offered her that opportunity to be one of our guests this year.
She also revealed that the change of location in 2021 paid off beyond expectations, adding that it was a no-brainer to return to that very location this year on Shoreway Drive.
Actually, this year was a lot easier. I sent the letter to the minister approved this year. I don't think that we saw the vision last year, but when they actually came out on the scene, they actually realized that this thing could work. So we're doing it here for the second time. Whether we'll have our 25th anniversary on this street is another question, but we're hoping, because it's getting bigger and it's getting better in this particular location.
Also speaking on the event was marketing manager of CCT, Saskia Barnes, who touched on her company's involvement as the lead sponsor of the event.
So this year, it's Christmas in the City with CCT, because CCT is very proud to sponsor this year's Christmas in the City celebration. And these events have occurred in the territory for quite a number of years. It was initially Christmas on Main Street, just kind of trying to revive businesses on Main Street. Then it moved to the Castro Street, and now so it's Christmas in the City, where we do have the opportunity to have more vendors, but to just kind of really gin up more support for the business community and also vendors in the city. Road Town, it is our city, and we definitely wanted to make sure that we supported the city manager as well as the association for the advancement of small businesses.
Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Thank you, Kamal, for that report. In the 2023 fiscal year, the government of the Virgin Islands intends, they say, to make significant investments into continued infrastructure recovery and development necessary for areas such as education, community enrichment, and disaster preparedness. We explore the details in this report.
During his 2023 budget address, Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley provided some insight on the major infrastructural projects that have been allocated funds to allow their commencement or continuation into the new year. While he cheered the significant progress made during 2022 as it relates to the recovery works on educational facilities, Wheatley did not shy away from the reality that there is still significant work to be done. That is why he noted that funds have been allocated for the continuation of works on schools throughout the territory.
Development of our future generations is a paramount focus of this government. Not only does your government believe in the education system of the Virgin Islands, we believe that each child in the Virgin Islands must have equal access to a primary and secondary education. We also believe that our educators must be provided with appropriate facilities, equipment, and supplies to allow them to impart their knowledge and experiences to our children. Madam Speaker, that is why I'm also very proud to have signed a contract for the development of the Jasmine Dyke Primary School and multi-purpose educational facility in August of this year. Funding of $4.1 million has been allocated in 2023 towards the construction and completion of this facility. This project will provide a fit and proper facility from which our children on Jasmine Dyke will have access to a comfortable and all-inclusive learning environment comparable to those on Tortola, Virgin Gorda, and Anegada. Funding of approximately $1.6 million is allocated for the rebuilding of the Eslyn Henley Richer Learning Center, as well as $500,000 for the maintenance of schools throughout the Virgin Islands.
While the aforementioned projects mainly target the territory's youth and those directly employed in the education system, the Premier stressed that the Unity government had no intention of leaving out the more senior members of the community as recovery efforts continue. He noted that prior to the 2017 hurricanes, various community centers could be utilized by the community for meetings and various activities. These facilities were also used as shelters for those in need during inclement weather. That is why in 2023, allocations have been made for the restoration of 3 community centers.
Prior to the passage of Hurricanes Irma and Maria, most of our community centers also served as designated emergency shelters during storm events. In 2023, we will focus on the restoration of 3 community centers, namely Kingarden Bay Community Center, Bruce Bay Community Center, and the Eastern Longlook Community Center. $962,500 has been allocated in the 2023 budget towards these initiatives.
While on the topic of recovery and disaster preparedness, Wheatley went on to provide an update on works into a National Emergency Operations Center.
Substantial progress was made in 2022 on the construction of the new National Emergency Operations Center. The foundation is complete, and this included micropiling, a technique that is new to the Virgin Islands. In colloquial terms, the building is now out of the ground, And in this vein, I'm pleased to announce continued funding in 2023 of $5.9 million towards the completion of the National Emergency Operations Center, which is revered as a model in the region of a sustainable and resilient facility that allows for the continuity of government during a catastrophic disaster such as experienced in 2017.
The Ralph T. O'Neill Administration Center will also be a focus of the government of the Virgin Islands and the RDA as they aim to continue to build upon the significant progress made in restoring the facility throughout the past year.
Works continue during the year on the following components: construction of new basement and parking lot on the west wing, including drainage works, the construction of an elevator shaft on the west wing, the installation of impact-resistant windows, doors and frames, and repairs to the exterior envelope of the building. This project remains a priority as it will ensure that our public officers and government have a proper home base to work, and it will save money currently being paid in office rental.
A total of $5 million is allocated to works on the Ralph T. O'Neill Administration Center in 2023. Come the new year, the government will also seek to address the infrastructural needs of the legislature and the judiciary by pursuing works in the interest of properly housing courts and the House of Assembly.
Madam Speaker, $2.16 million has been allocated towards the first phase of the development of the Halls of Justice, which is a multi-court facility that will house the Office of Public Prosecution, the Magistrates Court, the Attorney General Chambers, and the High Court. There's an urgent need to restore full functionality and capacity of our courts. And through this project, which will be delivered by the RDA, we expect to provide a facility with the capacity to address the needs of the courts while saving revenue currently being paid in rent. Madam Speaker, to your delight, I will also report that the renovated House of Assembly building will also be completed in 2023.
These projects, Weekly hopes, will allow the RDA to continue to build on its commendable work that has been accomplished since being commissioned, including the rehabilitation of the Elmore Stout High School, which is due to be handed over to the Ministry of Education in coming days. For 284 News, I am Jacka Wooding.
Viewers, that is it for this edition of our Weekend News Roundup. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us for updates at 284media.com and, of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you on Monday. Do have a beautiful rest of the weekend. Be safe and enjoy yourselves. Goodbye.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
That's out. That's 6. That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.